Hello everyone, this is Builder Shed and to the master of the shed builders, and today we're going to go over a recent story that happened. Sorry that I haven't been uploading the last few days. I'm going to try to upload another video like later today or tomorrow on the entire Pokemon situation, but today I want to go over something that happened recently, and that is that Apple chose to take Fortnite off the App Store. And today we're looking on Business Insider. I'll link the article in the description. So it says, like the fuck. I fixed. So the title of the article is "Read Apple's Response for Removing Fortnite from the App Store After Epic Games Skirted the Tech Giant's Controversial 30% Fee." So here are the points being made. So here are the points here. Apple yanked the app for the popular game Fortnite from its store Thursday after its parent company, Epic Games, began allowing in-game purchases. The new direct payment system means that Epic Games would skirt Apple's 30% App Store commission, a controversial fee that developers have said gives Apple an unfair advantage. "We think all developers should be free to support direct payments in all apps," Epic Games said in explanation of its new payment method. But Apple said that Epic Games' new direct payment option violates its App Store guidelines that are applied equally to every developer. Read Apple's statement below. So to be honest, I do. I'm thinking about getting an iPhone next after my Samsung device, which I'm using to record my audio. But I do have my things against Apple. The only reason I wanted an iPhone next is because my friends have an iPhone stuff, and it's gonna make everything easier. Plus, a couple apps like to go completely stagnant on Android devices. But I'm not full. But I don't game as much. I'm like quitting gaming for like the next few months so I can get rid of this addiction. It's like the gaming addiction I had. But this is like one of the but this isn't one of the reasons why I'm not a fan of Apple as much. The reasons why I don't like iPhones as much or Apple as much, like the reason why I don't like an iPhone as much as an Android device, despite the fact that I want an iPhone next, it's because iPhone devices like iPhones, iPads, you can't do much with them. Like, you can't do much with them without completely jailbreaking them. Like an Android phone where you could just go around, install mods on your games, and do a lot of things without jailbreaking your phone. Oh, and yet on iPhone, like, it's just very locked down. Like, it's great if you want to stay secure and stuff. But Apple's gone into some hot water in the past decade. And because they've because of the updates they pushed out, like they designed some updates to like hurt older iPhones, like just to destroy their performance. Which is scummy, not gonna lie, because not everybody has 1,000 or does because not everyone has a rich person's pocket. Not everyone has a rich person's wallet. They can't just blow out $3,000 at once, or they can't just get a phone bill. Oh, and yes, providers, like cell providers, do some deals related to phone stuff. But like a lot of people are, but there's a reason why a lot of people are still using older phones. Like I'm like I'm like a couple years using a phone that's like a couple years old already. Like it came out 2 or 3 years ago, and there's nothing wrong with it because it's Samsung. They don't. Last time I checked, they don't purposely destroy these phones' performances, unlike an iPhone. Apple does. So I think I'm going to head back into this before I start going off track and start forgetting what I'm going to be saying. That's already started. So continuing on, Apple removed Fortnite from its App Store Thursday after its parent company Epic Games began letting the players make purchases in the new game. The new direct payment method would mean that Epic Games can skirt 30% commission that Apple charges in the App Store, a controversial fee that some developers have said gives Apple an unfair advantage in the market. I don't want to go into this as much, because I really don't have much to say on this. Honestly, I don't know. I don't really know if I'd really call it fair or unfair. Like I'm in between on that. Some parts is fair, other parts is not fair. But I think one of the things that makes it unfair is that when you have an Android device, you can install apps from unknown sources and stuff without jailbreaking your device, so a developer can have players download the app off on a website and just play, and it'd be under their rules. If you're thinking about an iPhone, like Android's like in between when talking about iOS, is like in between iOS and Windows. It's Windows, you have like a shit ton of power. iPhone, you like have barely any power, and like an Android phone, it's like in between. Like you can do like some of the more basic things. And like, if you're gonna do productive stuff, get an Android phone. Like if you want to do productive stuff on the go, get like an Android phone. You can you got a lot more like work related programs on stuff, and you got like a lot more power. You all know what I mean, but continuing on. In its explanation for the new payment option, Epic Games on its website said that thousands of apps on the App Store approved by Apple accept direct payments, including commonly used apps like Amazon, Grubhub, Nike sneakers, Best Buy, DoorDash, and Fandango. Oh wait, there's more. McDonald's, Uber, Lyft, and StubHub. Oh wait, let me fix that. Nah, I'm fucking with y'all. y'all knew what the fuck I was gonna change that to. We all think all developers should be free to support direct payments in all apps. But Apple told The Verge in a statement that though it intends to work with Epic Games towards a solution, it has no plans to accommodate the company's new payment method. And personally, I think one of the downsides of like digital rights management or DRM is that DRM services have too much power over the developers. Like DRMs can do the good things, like deal with pirating and stuff, kick horrible games, like games just trash bad stuff off. But DRMs can also get pretty shitty too. They can get pretty invasive. They could force developers to use DRM's payment methods instead of the developers' own payment methods. This for stuff. Often, yes. it should be easier for many to go through like the DRM instead of payments to the DRMs. Instead, to some people they just feel safer doing it through the DRM. But some developers, they don't like how invasive, like let's say, the App Store gets only to payments. So developers just want to go their own route. Sad thing is DRMs don't like that. I know it's that way for security reasons. And you also get a lot of people, like companies, that just like doing it just to just so they can make a lot more money. Like, as they're a bit greedy or something, like we all know. No, so continue on. You can read Apple's statement full below. So y'all, here's what Apple said. Today, Epic Games took the unfortunate step of violating the Epic App Store guidelines that are applied equally to every developer and designed to keep the store safe for our users. As a result, their Fortnite app has been removed from the store. Epic enabled a feature in its app which was not reviewed or approved by Apple, and they did so with the express intent of violating App Store guidelines regarding in-app purchases that apply to every developer who sells digital goods or services. Damn, that was fast. Epic has had apps on the App Store for a decade and have benefited from the App Store's ecosystem, including its tools, testing, and distribution that Apple provides to all developers. Epic agreed to the App Store terms and guidelines freely, and we're glad they built such a successful business on the App Store. The fact that their business interests now lead them to push for a special arrangement does not change the fact that these guidelines create a level playing field for all developers and make the store safe for all users. We will make every effort to work with Epic Games to resolve the violations so they can return the Fortnite app to the store. So here's what I think here. Basically the article's over now. So let me go what I think. So let me tell you what I think. To be honest, I'm not too this. Depending on what side I choose here, whether it be Apple or Epic, it's really depending on the intentions of the developer, or which is Epic Games. If Epic Games is doing this because they want to be greedy, or if they're a bit greedy, or they're doing it from malicious intent so they can fuck with the prices, which they aren't. Or like Epic Games is doing this innocently, in my opinion. But I know some developers will go against some payment rules stuff, and they will do some crazy stuff with this. Like, they'll certainly do some crazy things with their prices. Then you also have Apple, which to many is doing this greedily, like with a greedy purpose. It's like, I don't know which side to pick here. I see that Epic Games has done something wrong according to the App Store's terms of service guidelines, whatever the hell you want to call it. So I think it's time to head over to Twitter for a couple minutes, and then I'm gonna have a little and I'm gonna talk a little bit about my thoughts on Fortnite in general, because I really don't want to bring this opinion out there to many. Damn, my fucking eyes are watering out. Oh boy, everybody's favorite political fucking social justice warriors. Oh, let's impeach the president. Oh, let's prosecute. Like, what the fuck is wrong with these kids? Who's the fucking idiot? Like, who's the idiotic parent who gives their kids A Twitter account. Who? Let's go through. Like I'm gonna like give my thought on this though, like 30% extra thing. How you word it. When companies are very big, they make more money, but they also have more things to pay off. Companies need to find more ways to make money so they can pay off, so they can be able to pay off those debts without going into debt, and so they could also go on a go positively, like make more money instead of just like flatlining, or going downhill on their budget. They want to go upwards. Or it's like, this is the thing I don't see people understanding for some reason. I'm thinking, like, for some reason, like, I'm gonna say this. A lot of people like to think that developers, like many companies, are very greedy and stuff. And that is true for a good amount of them. But you gotta realize a lot of businesses care more about their money and their shareholders. Sometimes they have to ditch the consumer to be able to get on a ramp above. And that's where I'll come into defense. Like, in a bit of a defense there. Is there, like I said, you don't want your company just to go down, like to lose a lot of its money and just go into complete debt and bankruptcy just because your debt's got companies, like, to have much money. Your company got too big and companies start owing money to other companies, groups, stuff. Often you went downhill because you didn't do anything about it. Neither do you want to flatline your company's budget. Just the company doesn't make any more money at all. Companies want to do this. And first they'll start off. And yet, yes, there were greedy examples. Was in the past. I got a bit greedy and thought they needed to go on a complete thought they needed to go on a very fast elevator up to the top floor instead of taking the escalator or the stairs. So Epic Games, they tried to be a bit more towards consumer here by trying to lower the cost of V-Bucks, a new payment option. And I'll be in support of Epic on that. But I think Epic also needs to realize Apple is a giant company. They owe a lot of money to other groups, companies, etc., because they're bigger. So, in Apple, they don't want to flatline, and they don't want to go down either. They want to make money. That's the point of business. People want to make business to get richer and stuff. Money is a big motivation for many people. So Apple does have to make money to A, pay off their debts, and 2, who to make the company wealthier. They want to go this way, not down here and not down there. But in some areas, Apple can be a bit greedy too. So I'm going to. So for now, I'm going to side with Epic Games because Apple has done some shady things in the past before. So let's continue on. And yeah, thing is, Google is also like this too. They're a bit like this. But again, Apple, Google are huge companies and they got to pay off a lot of things. So I think it's time for me just to talk about Fortnite for a bit and my thoughts on it. So my opinion, Fortnite, I used to have a lot of fun with Fortnite back in the day. We're talking like I first played Fortnite back when it came out for like a couple matches and I left until like late season 4. Then I hopped back in on the train. Like then I hopped back onto Fortnite. It was fun, not gonna lie, it was fun, but I never double pumped, obviously. Yeah, I continued playing. I switched to PC in August of 2018 with the new RX 550 I got back then. So basically, I had my graphics on medium and the resolution around 720p. So basically, I had fun playing Fort. So it was basically all fun. I enjoyed the Cube live event. I was basically in practically almost every single live event till like last year. Oh my damn nose! Fucking World War III. So, but then you had good old Season 7. See, when Season 7 came out, every single player on PC had the worst frame rates imaginable. Unless you're running an RTX 2080 card, which I'm sure there was also a lot of people that experienced some horrible lag with an RTX 2080 as well back then. But almost everybody on PC was experiencing the worst lag in the world. It was painful. Then a couple updates came out. It got better. But even still to this day, lag is still a little messed up. So later on Season 7 they announced something we all like to call they announced the World Cup. And when the World Cup was announced, everybody went into everybody just moved the lever from like normal casual mode to literal full out sweaty tryhard mode. And they basically moved the lever up to tryhard mode. And they started everybody became a literal professional player. I swear. It was hard to play the game then. You couldn't even play the game without getting squashed by some kid who was for some reason good at smashing his keyboard. And he also had mobile tryhards too, that were basically smashing their phone, building the Eiffel Tower. like two Eiffel Towers stacked up onto each other. Like why? No. I swear, literal Fortnite map literally started looking like downtown LA times 10. It looked like downtown Manhattan. It literally looked like New York. The entire Fortnite map literally looked like New York. Because everybody was building a tower up into the sky. And then they also added some things in to counteract it. Which in some made the situation worse, and others made the situation better to me. I really didn't care. They didn't do much for me. Like, they didn't do much. Actually, I was still frustrated beyond belief. Because the entire community was sweating. People were still building towers up the sky no matter what. It was like this till around season 10 where it just started going down. And then Black Hole in that event, everybody. I personally liked that event myself. But that event, literally, when the Fortnite went to a black hole for 2 days, every single person, like the tryhards, literally left. Like over the next month from that, the tryhards like stampeded out. There were no tryhards anymore. Like, tryhards just went goodbye. You weren't dealing with tryhards anymore. Like, you were actually able to have fun again. Like, one, they completely redid the map, but two, tryhards basically just gave up. The World Cup wasn't a thing anymore. So they didn't have as much reason to sweat anymore. And plus, there are other games getting pretty big. Like Modern Warfare and Apex Legends and stuff. So again, they went for those. And around this time, Black Ops 4 was also the biggest sweat fest in gaming history. I wouldn't be lying if I were to say Black Ops 4 and Fortnite were the biggest sweat fest in gaming history. I wouldn't be lying. But I know somebody's probably going to bring up Counter-Strike Global Offensive, or I know somebody's going to bring up CSGO or League of Legends or something. Which I will say to them, I can care less. Although I will bet you that those games weren't even sweatfest compared to Black Ops 4 and Fortnite. And then Chapter 2 went on. I hopped back in Chapter 2 like a few months ago, and it was very fun to me. It was very fun in my opinion. I absolutely loved it. I was having a good time. I actually won a couple games. I won a couple games. It was fun. Because not everybody was building an Eiffel Tower anymore. In fact, those are actually pretty rare. I only had like a couple matches where I saw like at most like one or two people building those. And there were I only saw like a couple sweats. Like, to me, despite Fortnite being like now like seen as like a game for like babies, like everybody's saying Fortnite is like a kid's game now, it's always been a fun game. Fortnite to me is like how Mario was to me 10 years ago. Oh, it was very fun to me. I literally felt like I was playing like Super Mario Brothers 10 years ago. I think I'm gonna end this now since we're already on 30 minutes. It's already getting long enough. I could actually split this, to be honest. Wait, should I split it? You know what? Nah, I ain't splitting it.